CFM Business Hour. Hi there, I'm Olebogeng. Now, we know that South Africa is quite a persistent unemployment challenge. We know our unemployment woes are very much structural more than they are cyclical, with one of the highest rates in the world. But while the local economy and, economic growth continues to be sluggish, an interesting opportunity is seemingly emerging from overseas. More UK businesses are hiring skilled South Africans to work remotely, creating new employment opportunities and bringing valuable foreign income into the country. To get into what's driving this international hiring boom, which skills are most in demand, and is this a meaningful contributor to South Africa's job market, we're joined by Sasha Knott. She's the CEO of Job Crystal, a recruitment company operating in both South Africa and the UK. South Africa is battling record unemployment, like I mentioned, a structural issue, yet you're seeing growing demand from UK businesses for our professionals. What exactly is driving this trend?
So in the UK, they've had an increase in their tax format, and where their taxes increased quite considerably per employee. So a lot of the UK are now looking kind of how do they reduce their own costs. And South Africa works so well in the UK. I live in the UK. My accent isn't questioned. I've got a very much a South African accent. And we're known to be hard workers in South Africa. So I think it's a great format to work for the UK and a great format to work for South Africans. So it kind of works both ways.
Which roles are UK employers most actively recruiting for? And what would you say the skills they're looking for the most? There's a great demand for our finance professionals, for example. So you'll see a lot of our CAs and the like working abroad. But are there other skills that are most likely in demand?
Yes, so we see a lot of sales, so sales lead generation type sales roles, a lot of marketing. So we've got quite a large client who's moving their entire marketing team from Poland all the way through to South Africa. And that's from SEO, GEO, copywriters, graphic designers, the full marketing's moving across. We also see obviously a lot of the tech side, so developers, cloud engineers that have moved, and also HR. So the recruiter side as well as the HR employment administration is also coming across that we see.
You say that some of the international hiring is about cutting costs. Is that the full story? Or are there other businesses that are choosing outside of South Africa as well?
Yes, look, they are looking kind of globally. So Europe's obviously a great place to shop because of time zones. South Africa's phenomenal for that. They do look at India and Pakistan as well. Australia, New Zealand a little bit, but obviously time zone becomes an issue. And the US actually look a lot in South Africa as well to hire. But sometimes that time zone gets a little bit too much for the candidates because obviously now you're working 6 to 9 hours difference to your boss who's in the US, where the UK is only 1 or 2 hours difference.
And aside from the financial benefits, what's some of the feedback you're getting from employers about South African workers?
So like I said, we're really known for our hard work. We start generally earlier and finish later. So we don't kind of stick to that 8-hour day as much as the UK does. Our education systems are very similar. So is obviously our legal systems. So we get the business acumen, which kind of works very well for the UK side. And we kind of what do you kind of say that the way we work with people, customer service is kind of at the highest standard that the UK is at, which works really well for the UK companies. And again, not much training needed for South Africans to move into the UK market.
Are there any misconceptions people have about working remotely for international employers?
Yes, so often we get, I want to earn pounds or I want to earn dollars. That doesn't work. So you will still get paid in rands. You will get paid probably slightly higher than the market value in South Africa, but not considerably higher. So we often see people kind of miss that conception. And then the other thing is often UK companies want you to already be set up. Do you already have a PC? Do you have a home office that is quiet? They do know about load shedding, so they often get concerned of, do you have a battery or do you have a generator or something to be able to make sure that you don't have that, sorry, I'm offline for the next 2 hours. So that comes into concern. So that's the misconceptions that a lot of people have about the international side.
Jy luister na die OFM Sake Uur met Olebogeng.
Thank you so much to Sasha Knott for her time. There's a part 2 to our discussion. If you are keen, of course, she'll share more tips and tricks tomorrow evening on the Business Hour. So Britain's hiring landscape has shifted significantly over the past year. High employer national insurance contributions, continued wage inflation, and an ongoing shortage of skilled professionals have made recruitment one of the biggest challenges facing SMEs in the UK. And now these businesses are looking to South Africa and elsewhere for talent. This presents an opportunity for unemployed South Africans